Hello, I'm Scott Thomas with Stewardship Matters, and maybe you saw my last video that I created, which talked about vulnerability and authority and the continuum. Andy Crouch wrote this wonderful book, and I'm also looking at another group, the Impact Foundation, and they created a similar type of a chart as it relates to investments. And so along the horizontal axis here, as you have more and more impact, as that's positive, it goes out here to the right, and back to the left, there's less impact. And profitability is up here as a positive on the upside and negative down here. So when you see a company that doesn't make any money and they're not making impact, it's just a waste of time. These people are wasting time. They're not going to last. It's not sustainable. But then again, you also see companies that make a lot of money, but they may do something very negative. Blood Diamonds, for example, is one of those examples. They're exploiting others. I think about coltan in Congo. And the cell phone has this little metal called coltan. Well, these people have terrible conditions. So there's human trafficking and slavery and things that are associated, but they're making crazy money, but it's exploiting. Most companies don't exploit. They try to move towards sustainable. They try to make an impact. They try to do sustainable things. So they want to do good. They don't want to be harming the environment. They don't want to, put their employees in slavery. They want to pay them a fair wage for what they're offering in the marketplace, what the marketplace awards. But if you have no profits whatsoever and you're making impact, you're called a charity. And you have to rely on gifts. But there's this area called sustainable impact. This is powerful. And so these are companies that make profits. They're profitable, but they might not be making nearly as much profit as the bad companies out here, but they can still make really good profits and make positive impact. And that positive impact can be on environment. It could be social issues. It could be that it's spiritual issues. And so they're using profits to fund back to investors. These can be private companies or public companies. Oftentimes they are private when they're making large impact. You can make impact investments inside of your donor advised fund. They can also be done with more restrictions inside of private foundations. And if that's a conversation you'd like to have and say, how do I have more impact? How could I not just negatively screen, but how could I have a positive impact? How can there be things that I'm making money on that are also causing a positive impact? And so when you look at something that might be where it's not making a lot of money, but it's still making a positive impact that's not a charity, that might be an organization that might be loaning at below interest rates in order to allow minorities or various groups that are doing great things such as affordable housing. I know here in Orlando area, there's a group here that's a Catholic group that has loaned money over the last few decades and has helped make affordable housing. There's lots of examples of that. Oftentimes you can make a return on it. It's not granting money away and giving it to charity, but you actually get the money back. So if you'd like to have that conversation about getting more impact, still making some money, that's a beautiful space up here. I'd love to have that. You can reach out to me, Scott at stewardshipmatters.net.